Happy Valentine's Day! This is the perfect holiday to celebrate if you are in love or you like the color pink. And here are 5 really cute and super easy pink Valentine's Day crafts you can make to decorate your room, your house, whatever you want to do with it. That way you can bask in the lovey-dovey pinkness of Valentine's all month long. Let's do it! This first craft is so incredibly easy. All you need is an envelope, a piece of paper, and some scissors, of course. I chose a red piece of paper, but you can do pink or really any color you want. And then I just sketched out a bunch of hearts varying in different sizes. Some of them looked a little bit wonky, but you know what? It's fine. And then I organized the hearts based off of size into different piles and put a little bit of masking tape or wall-safe tape on the back, which I then secured the envelope to the wall, and then all of the hearts flying out of the envelope, smallest to largest, so like the love gets bigger and better the further it goes out, and it's just all flying around and it looks so cool. I'm really happy with the results, and this is what it looks like. Super simple. This only took me about 5 to 10 minutes to put together, and I needed next to nothing to make this. It's probably going to be one of the easiest crafts in this video, so if you're a bit hesitant about crafting, just make this. Trust me, it's so easy. And it looks awesome. This next one does require a little bit of sewing, but you could probably make do with a glue instead. So I started off with just some cute pink scrap fabric, which I cut into 2 squares. Then I pinned the squares with the right sides together, and I sketched a heart out with a piece of chalk. Using a nice pink thread, I then did a very simple stitch along the lines of the heart, leaving a little space at the bottom so I could flip the heart inside out, having the right side now facing, so it's all coming together and looking really cute. I then closed that little hole up. I then went along with that same pink thread and stitched about 1/8 or 1/4 an inch from the edge, another line to really define that heart shape, and that's all I had to do. The fabric I'm using is pretty thick, so I'm not worried about its abilities as a coaster, but if you're using a thinner fabric, you can absolutely add some kind of stuffing or filler just to make sure that the coaster does its job. I'll put a picture here of the reference photo I found on Pinterest because this is what it was supposed to look like, and honestly, I don't mind that it didn't really turn out. I think it looks quite endearing this way. You can still tell it's a heart. It's very cute. My only issue with it is the fact this bottom part here looks like it's straight out of a horror movie, but it only took me like an hour to make. You could honestly keep this up all year round. You never know when you're going to need a coaster, and hearts work for any day of the year really, so it's kind of a all year round sort of decoration. This is the craft I was most excited to make, and that is a bunch of adorable Valentine's Day cookies that are completely fake, so you can leave them out for the entire month. I started by making just your everyday run-of-the-mill salt dough with 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of salt, and a cup of water, which I added in gradually and stirred and then kneaded until it became a good proper dough. I then rolled out the dough and used a cookie cutter to make a bunch of heart-shaped cookies, just like you would with any average cookie dough, and I had a bunch of the salt dough left over, so I decided to make a plate as well. Now you can just let these air dry for about 24 to 48 hours, or you can pop them in the oven at 250 degrees, flipping them every 30 minutes or so until they fully bake. I ended up putting them in the oven, and they actually adapted this really nice toasted brown look, so I didn't have to worry about painting them to make them look natural because they already looked like a real cookie. While I was waiting for the cookies to cool, I started making sprinkles out of some polymer clay, and I just rolled it into really thin tubes and baked it for about 5 minutes and then cut it into little pieces. I ended up mixing a light pink and a dusted rose pink together to make a gorgeous combination of sprinkles. I really wanted the frosting to have this realistic, puffy look, so I decided to make my own homemade puffy paint. And I found a recipe online, but I ended up just kind of eyeballing it with 1 part Elmer's glue, 2 parts shaving cream, a little sprinkle of flour, and then some food coloring to make the pink colors. And let me tell you, frosting these cookies was some of the most fun I have ever had. The fluffy texture of the frosting was so fun to work with, and the sprinkles were absolutely adorable. I think they turned out perfectly. It was such a blast to make, and I decided to paint the plate a light blue color because I thought it would look nice against the pinks and the whites of the cookies, and I was absolutely right. This is absolutely adorable. It's everything I wanted and more. Now, I understand that this kind of decoration is not everyone's cup of tea, but it is absolutely my like entire gallon of tea. This is my favorite thing. I have always liked watching videos of people making fake food. I don't know why, I just have. And I am so happy that I finally had a chance to make my own fake food. I'm going to be putting this out as a Valentine's decoration every single year for maybe the rest of my life, and all the ingredients are stuff you probably already have in your house, so you might as well make them. Another super duper simple craft that took me about 10 minutes to make is a heart paper chain. This is such an easy decoration idea and it looks absolutely adorable. So I used white, pink, and a paler pink piece of paper, which I just cut into like 1/2 inch strips and folded in half to make the bottom of the heart. I then rounded the top of the paper to make the shape of a heart and stapled it shut. You can also use tape or glue for that. And I made sure that each heart was interlocked with each other before I secured them, therefore making a chain. The fun thing about this one is you can easily customize it to be as long or as short as you want depending on the space of your room. I mean, you could make one long enough to go around your entire room. This is my favorite thing yet. I would go as far as to say it's my favorite of this entire video. But this was also so easy to make, especially with the staples, because I didn't have to wait for any glue to dry. It was just like boom, 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 done. Adorable. The pinks, the whites, all of it just looks so pretty, and now I get to fall asleep at night with this gorgeous chain of hearts just draped over my bed. This last project is a Pinterest classic that I could not pass up for Valentine's Day, and it also took such minimal amounts of supplies. I just used 3 tall light pink candles and then 1 red candle. I think you know where I'm going with this. We are going to paint the candles. I burned the red candle for a while until I got a nice pool of wax, and then I used a paintbrush to pick up some of that wax and paint onto the pink candles. Now do keep in mind that whatever paintbrush you use will probably get ruined, so use one you don't really care about. I was also really worried about burning the bristles off of the brush. Thankfully I didn't do that, but you know, be careful because there is fire involved. I started off easy by painting a little spiral around the first one, and then I got a bit more ambitious and decided to paint hearts, which actually was a lot easier than it looked, and then I did some little zigzags on the last one. It is a little bit tricky to paint with wax, especially because it cools so fast and it does take a second to get used to, but the results are absolutely worth it and the whole process is actually so much fun. I'm gonna try not to get burnt here while I talk to you, but this craft could be really cute to do with friends or other people, make a little day out of it. It was very fun, and it was actually really simple to do, and these look adorable. It was also quite cheap too, so highly recommend. Okay, I'm gonna blow these out now. I don't want to get burnt. Alright, I'm gonna end the video here, and I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day, whether you have a big celebration planned or not. I hope it is everything you want it to be, and I've been meaning to ask you, would you like to be my Valentine? And subscribe? That's not as cool as I thought it would be. Alright, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'll see you again super soon. Like this video as well. Comment down below which craft was your favorite or if there's any you are going to recreate. And I will see you again soon. Bye.